Boys like us are sons of the sun-kissed, whose eyes crease and crescent as we bust jokes like presents. Freeview and PS2 prepped us for play as the sun peeked through the blinds. From Rice Krispies to bussin' wheelies, boys like us would venture outside, returning only to drink from the garden tap cause mama said you either come in or you stay out. Like the sturdy tower blocks of home, we watched over these streets. This was it, an era free from constraint, where we paraded the streets like Olympians flying the flag of our cherished postcode. We skirt the block on boards and bikes, pocket money clenched in our palms as if we held the keys to Cost Cutters HQ, a group of foolish boys ready to take on the world. We stay out late to watch the sun migrate to a land behind the blocks, as if we were to know how numbered those days were. Boys like us try to navigate cracks in the pavement in order to spare our backs from the weight of growing up. Tears filled with confusion and anguish trickled down our cheeks as we caught our first glimpse of reality. Mama, coming home shaken up after a man yelling racial slurs tried to push her off her bike. That standard shopping trip to Asda taught us the sun didn't always shine on the sun-kissed. That afternoon, our sheltered world of play and after-school snacks shattered into tiny pieces, revealing a truth hidden in plain sight our mama tried so hard to hide. At 10 years old, I was told by a friend I couldn't come over anymore because his mum was afraid of my hair. At 12 years old, misconception led to interrogation when a friend's weary mother asked me, "Do you own a knife?" How her son stared up at her that day just as puzzled as his friend was, but learned through lies that boys like him and boys like I weren't to hang out together. Boys like us are forced to develop a thicker skin to protect us from the tribulations of an empire built off our backs. Grandparents like us heard the distant cry of opportunity, the stories of money trees and golden pavements paving the way for new beginnings, not realizing then that they were mere pawns in a chess game that saw them as cannon fodder. Those winds of change brought nothing but clouds and rain as this government reminds us that we are expendable, just like the Windrush generation. A generation whose children try and find the fundamental differences between us and them but trail off mid-speech. A generation useful until seen as useless. Every day, boys like us stare into the mirror reflecting a distorted image. The same mirror that turns boys like us into ops on block. We are a scuff on the shoe of a nation that can afford new crepes. A nation that sees the branches but never the roots. The crime but never the cause. Tower blocks and exit wound shots. Boys like us grew up before our time. Black before children. Children of change born into a system that lies through its teeth to keep us in place, reinforcing the ideas of a hierarchy we sit at the feet of. But still, we look out for one another. The knives were placed in our palms with the blades facing our hearts, but boys like us must say no more. We drop the knives in defiance and take up sewing needles instead, learning to re-stitch the parts of us our mamas worked tirelessly to create. The pieces of us we no longer recognize but learn to love. Watching the sunlight as it illuminates our imperfections with soft eyes as if to say, "I understand." Boys like us smile, knowing after the clouds and rain have cleared, the sun will always shine on the sun-kissed.